Great. Shalom, shalom, shalom. We speak Kai. It's your brother, Saint Isaiah. And we're going to start something new. We're going to start doing these lessons. Proverbs a day keeps Hashatan away. So today, if y'all can't see that, man, today is the 17th. So we're going to read Proverbs 17 at 4:37 a.m. with baby Amaya on the phone. All right, so this might be 30 minutes, might be an hour, might be 15, but we just gonna try to at least break down the scriptures, a Proverbs, a book of wisdom, a chapter of wisdom a day. And I know I'm starting in the middle of the month, so I'm gonna have to start the 17th and do the 16th as well. And tomorrow I'm gonna do the 18th and then the 15th, and then so we're just gonna keep it flowing. Let's get it going, family. So we just realized today is 17th. So we're just gonna go to Proverbs 17. You know, I ain't got no lesson on who good and evil, you know, who right and who wrong. So we just gonna start getting into the scriptures. It's a little short lesson. I ain't gonna waste nobody time. Let me zoom out a little bit, man. All right. So we have Proverbs, book of wisdom, right? And the most important thing, the principal thing is wisdom, right? So that's what we got to understand as Yashar Allah, as princes of power, right? As sons and daughters of the Most High, right? Is wisdom, right? When you want to buy a house, you need to use wisdom. You have to know how to buy a house, right? Or you have to pay somebody who know how to buy it, right? So that's the wisdom. Like Proverbs teaches us, money is a defense and wisdom is a defense. But the excellency about wisdom is that it can deliver you from death, right? So we're just going to go through this, man, and have a beautiful day. I got HVAC class in a little bit, man. What's today? Oh, it's Thursday. Yeah. So, we're just going to keep it going, man. Praising y'all. So better is a dry morsel with quietness than a house full of sacrifices and strife. Better is a dry morsel. Better is a little piece of spinach. A little piece of spinach in the crib, chilling with a little radio in your ear, listening to a good radio station, some Marvin Gaye, right? Than a huge house with full of sacrifices, with full of steaks and lamb and oxtails. But now your rib ain't letting you live in peace. Now your children ain't letting you live in peace, right? So it's better to have a little piece of bread with quietness and peace of mind than a big, beautiful house with steaks, but no peace and strife, right? A wise servant shall rule over a son that causeth shame, and shall have a part of the inheritance among the brethren, right? When you have a crazy son, you got a right servant like the Most High did Israel. You got these other nations as servants, chastising us, blessing us on both sides, right? Either way, right? It says a wise servant shall rule over a son that causes shame. So that's why these nations rule over us, because we cause shame as a people. You can just look at the culture today, right? He says, and shall have part of the inheritance among the brethren. So this is similar to also to going into salvation for them Gentiles, man. And we got to understand salvation is you being saved from Yashar Allah, you being saved from the destruction because you want to serve Yah. Now, there will be people of all races, even like a third of Yashar Allah, 2/3 of Yashar Allah ain't going to serve Israel or ain't going to serve the Most High. Right? So everybody going to get touched. We can't sit here and say some people are going to get touched and some people not. Everybody getting touched. We know the people that's not getting touched is the people that decides to keep God's righteousness. It don't matter what skin color you is, right? What creed you is, Ethiopian, whatever. Come on, that's literally in the scriptures. He was prophesying to an Ethiopian in the desert. Ethiopian found the water of life in the midst of a dry place with Philip, and then saw a miracle and saw him disappear. But we stuck on creed. We stuck on color. All right. That's why we teaching wisdom, family. Right? Hamashiach says, condemn not, and you shall not be condemned. Right? Judge not, lest you be judged. And that judgment is going into, man, bro, is tripping. Not giving righteous judgment. Like, this is how you fix it. But like, yeah, I heard she doing this, and that's evil. Right? He says, the finding pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but Yah trieth the hearts. Right? So it's Yah who tries the hearts, man. That's, I ain't gotta break down every little thing. You know, it is Yah who melts the hearts and beats it and breaks it and makes it pure, right? He removes all the evilness. You can't do it, Yah do it. And if you do it, it's Yah inside of you who's doing it. Right? A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips, and a liar giveth ear to a naughty tongue. A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips. Man, just give me a reason. I don't even need a reason, bro. I ain't even touch you yet. I ain't even look past you yet. I ain't even blink your way. Right? And a liar giveth ear to a naughty tongue. Oh, word? That's what she on. All right, I'm gonna add my piece now. I'm gonna add my piece and give it to the community. You see, this is wisdom, man. We gotta make sure we're not these people. Whosoever mocketh the poor, reproach his maker. And he that is glad at a calamity shall not be unpunished. Right? Just sit there and chill, bro. Also, I say you're gonna see destruction on your left and your right. 1,000 on your left, 10,000 on your right. That don't mean you gotta be mocking, right? Wisdom tells us to feed our enemies, right? Clothe them when they're naked, right? So you can't be, you know, it's like, why are you starting strife? It's like, because when they get back up, they gonna remember, oh yeah, he was Hallelujah, he was Bashem Hamashiakian when you know, my affliction that came. He didn't bring me a blanket, a allergy pill or nothing. No Advil or nothing. No bread or nothing. Right? So wisdom would tell you, man, just, hey, bro, I know you're going through some stuff. I know it's bad right now. Here you go, bro. Care package from the family. Don't even trip on it. So that's wisdom, man. That's what wisdom tells us. You know. All right. Okay. Con. He says, children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers, man. So me being a good man, that's gonna be a glory to my children, right? Me being faithful to my wives, that's gonna be a glory to my children. Yeah, my dad, he got, 3 wives, 2 wives, whatever. And they've been together for 20 years. Like, yeah, they had their ups and downs, but we always prayed, and Yah always brought us back together. That's a beautiful tale. And yeah, my dad left. He got 6 baby mamas, and he do drugs. you know, and it says children's children are the crown of old men, right? So now if you're a good man, your kids gonna be good, and they kids gonna be good, man. You know. So now it's gonna be like honor. It's gonna be a crown, right? It's gonna be a double crown. You know. So It's like because you did a good job, now you got honor on your head, right? Now you a family, now you a house, right? He says, excellent speech becometh not a fool, much do lion lips. Prince, fools can't speak excellently, and princes don't lie. It's just that simple. A gift is as a precious stone in the eyes that him that haveth. Wheresoever it turneth, it prospers, right? If you see value in something, it's going to be precious. If you don't see the value in a stone or a diamond or a ruby, it's just a rock, right? But if you got a granite stone that has like a picture of like I don't know, a Winnie the Pooh or whatever, you're like, man, that's pretty cool. I ain't never seen that before. I'm gonna keep that. You know, it ain't no idol. You ain't giving it no life. Show your friend, hey man, don't that look like Winnie the Pooh? Don't that look like Bugs Bunny? You know, so it's just it's about you finding favor. And that's the thing, everybody ain't gotta like the same things. That's the beauty in life, is that I like this fabric, I like this garment, I like the way I dress. Not everybody has to dress the same or like that. That's the expression of life, is enjoying it. Enjoying it is the expression of life. In righteousness, of course. Right? It says he that covereth transgressors, Slakia. He that covereth a transgression seeketh a matter, or seeketh love, Slakia. But he that repeateth a matter separateth by very friends. Right? So now when you doing the same stuff, you're like, all right, bro, Hamashiach said forgive you 70, 78 times, bro. 7 times, 747, right? Something like that, right? I ain't here to teach y'all math. I'm here to teach y'all wisdom. So, Hamashiach says forgive them, but they still BSing. They still doing this craziness. But when you covering your transgression, yo, bro, I'm gonna double back. I'm gonna cover it. I messed up. I'll make sure it ain't gonna happen again. Now you seeking love. Now you seeking unity. Can't be waiting for a time to, all right, he sleep now. I'm gonna sneak out the house. Right? Or he about to go to work. I'm gonna sneak out now. Right? It says reproof enter into a wise man more than 100 stripes to a fool. So, all right, bro, you ain't supposed to be, wearing this. You ain't supposed to be wearing that. You ain't supposed to be, I said shit. You ain't supposed to be dressing like this. You ain't supposed to be, doing that. Giving power to this, giving power to that. Right? Oh, appreciate you, bro, man. Good looking out, bro. It's funny you said that. It was something in my spirit. And, all praises to the Most High. You came up and said that to me. I really need to hear that, bro. Thank you. I'm going to go get some new clothes, bro. Thank you. I'm going to start eating better, bro. Thank you. I'm going to go, I'm going to stop doing my man wrong, right? I'm going to stop doing all this wrong. Thank you, bro. Thank you for speaking up. He says, but a fool, you can beat him 100 times. Right? Remember when we was kids and your mama told you close the doors, you letting you like what they used to say, you let the outside air in, you letting out my good air. Yeah. You letting out my good air. Close that door. Right? So we can't be like little foolish children, man. Where we used to be told that 100 times. You know. It says, but he that repeateth a matter separateth very friends, man. Separating friends, it could break up a lot of stuff. A reproof enters more into a wise man, more than 100 stripes into a fool. An evil man seeketh only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent upon him. Esau coming, man. For people who don't want to keep the commandments, who getting caught up and slipped up, and you ain't getting the messages. You're not tapped in, wisdom in the street, and she's screaming and you ain't listening. Esau got you. Don't even trip on it. It says, let a bear robbed of her whelps meet a man rather than a fool in his folly. It's better to meet a mama bear looking for her babies, right? Right. The bread, the bear that lost something precious, man. Right. Rather than meeting a man, a woman in her folly, a fool in her folly. People be afraid of bears. That's the question people need to ask. Would you rather be in the woods with a bear or a fool instead of a bear or a man? Right. That's what they be asking. That's what they should ask the men. He says, whosoever rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. Because you love you, that's good for you. Right? So the brothers who always got some S going on for 5, 10 years, bro, wisdom. Says the beginning of strife is as when one has letteth off water. Therefore leaveth off contention before it be meddled with. Right? You got a little leak. Right? I got a van. One of my van popped a hose. Got a little leak, and then after a little while, it's gonna start leaking radiator fluid on the transmission. Now it's a problem. Now instead of paying $60 for a hose, $200 for the service, now it's a $2,000 service because you got to fix the transmission, right? So a little strife, a little water, a little leak. Eventually, it's gonna be beef, and that beef is gonna be family feud. And that family feud is going to be tribal war. And that tribal war is going to be nation war. All right? Brother against brother. Right? He says, he that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Most High. Right? Can't justify the wicked. Can't put light for darkness and darkness for light. And he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination unto Yahweh. All right? Can't You can't condemn the just, man. They condemn to Mashiach, right? So you condemning the just is like you condemning Hamashiach. It says, wherefore there is a fool in the hand, Slakia. Wherefore there is a prince in the hand of a fool to get wisdom, seeing that he have no heart to it, right? Fool ain't gonna try to get wisdom, man. Oh, Slakia, man. These lights, well, I gotta do something. I fixed the webcam. Now I gotta do something with these harsh lights. It says, wherefore there is a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom, seeing that he have no heart of it. Why you in the truth, man? If you're not gonna keep the commandments, if you're gonna keep the commandments how you want to keep them, keep the book, man. Do what the book say, not what your elders say, not what your mama say, not what your daddy say, not what your foolish, wicked heart say. Right? It says, a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Right? You got people who friends that you can kind of celebrate with, you know. And a brother, he gonna be there when you down and out, you know. Celebrate with your brother too. Your brother gonna love you at all times. That's the thing. Your brother, he gonna be honest with you. He gonna be like, man, why you hanging out with these people, your friends? Don't you got work tomorrow, bro? You got bills to catch up on, man. Brother gonna be honest with you. Your friends, they gonna rejoice with you. He says, a man void of understanding striketh hands and becomes a surety in the presence of his friends. Right? A man void of understanding striketh hands. He becomes a problem, man. Becomes a liability, even in the presence of his friends, man. Right? He that loveth transgression loveth strife. He that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction. Just chill out, bro. You know, we see you blessed. We see you got your house, and you know, said he's that loveth a transgression seeketh, or slacketh. He that loveth transgression, that loveth strife. And he that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction. You see? So the opposite of that, you gotta humble your gate, man. Humble your wife. Humble your, your husband when he's doing his things. Yeah, we gotta, we too loud. The loudest ones in the rooms are the weakest, right? He says, "He that have a forward heart findeth no good." Right? Be cool. Don't be rushing into stuff. And he that have a perverse tongue falleth into mischief. Right? You're gonna slip. You're gonna be in a whole different country. Like, what you doing over there? You in some mischief. He that begetteth a fool doeth it to his sorrow, and the father of a fool hath no joy. Right? Father of a fool hath no joy, man. He says a merry heart does not slack it. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bone. You can't be a draining spirit, man. Oh, life is hard, life is sad, you know. But a merry heart, hey man, shalom, bro. Hey man, I love you, bro. Hey man, let's pray. Let's sing a song to y'all real quick, man. That's what that's about. Broken spirit, drive the bones, man. You just be sitting there with this look on your face all day, thinking about stuff that happened in the seventh grade. Come on, man. Supposed to be a new man, a new person. He says, "A wicked man taketh the gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment." Man, if you give me this iPhone, you know, you know, then I give you this, or you get this job, or you give me five women, then you can be my governor. You can serve me. Stuff like that, man. Right? The gift destroyeth the heart, man. A wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. Right? Who can we think about that you did this? I thought about Pilate immediately when he was like, "I'm washing my hands," but it's like, how you washing your hands, but you still doing your stuff, like you still up there, right? Wisdom is before him that hath understanding, but the eyes of the fools are in the ends of the earth. You worry about all the way down. We gonna go to Thailand, bro. We gonna go to Thailand. We gonna. Man, I wonder what's the little egg with the half eaten with the half grown chicken in there, Baluk. Man, I wonder what that tastes like. You thinking about stuff that don't even matter. You thinking about stuff that ain't even like. All right, take 5 minutes to learn about the egg, the balut, or whatever, and then start studying wisdom. Right? We getting back to dreams and goals and the things that Yah commanded us to do in this life. Right? It says wisdom is before him that hath understanding. Right? So if you got understanding, you got wisdom. Because once you understand the way, it's all common. Once you understand, okay, if I water a plant schedulely, schedulely, right? And, make sure the energy is right, the sun is on here, you can kind of apply that to your craft, right? If I go to Muay Thai every Wednesday and I stretch and exercise, I'll eventually grow, right? It's the same thing, right? If I continue to work on this car, $60 there, $60 there, put parts in it. Eventually, I'll have a nice looking camper. I have a nice looking, that can grow and I'll eat the fruit of my labors. So if you got understanding on something, then you can more than likely get the wisdom. Right? He He says, a foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bear him, right? So you're making your mother sad, and that bear could also be she got to take care of you because you ain't got it together, right? 20, 26, 27, 28. She got to bail you up. I've been foolish many times, bro. I ain't got it all together. I'm still learning. That's why I push wisdom, because it's a long way to go. He says a foolish son is a grief to his father, right? Now you're making your pops drink. You're making your pops stressing him out. He got to work extra hard to take care of you because you can't get it together. You see that? He says also to punish the just, it's not good, nor to beat princes for equity, right? We're gonna be equal. He a prince, but you a common person. He keep the word, you don't. But we gonna treat y'all equal. We gonna strike. We gonna both of y'all getting stripes the same. And here's wisdom, man, is that even when you know better, you get more stripes than the fool, right? Because you got the wisdom. So you still, not only did you run to transgress and sin, but you walking with fools. You walking with your pet bear, right? Worse than the bear. It says also to punish the just is not good, nor to strike the princes for equity. It says he that hath knowledge spareth his words, and the man of understanding is of an excellent spirit, right? So you got understanding. If you understand, if I keep this word, if I keep Yah's commandments, not only will I have a good eternal life, but because I'm not eating pork, my heart is healthy, my stomach is healthy, my skin is clear, right? Because I'm not mixing my seeds together, my food is healthier. It's not hybridized. It's not hybrid food. It's not making my wife or myself infertile or my daughters or my sons infertile, right? Because Yah tells me to wear the perfect linen or wool or cotton. Now I'm not wearing recycled plastic, polyester, right? Now I don't have microplastics seeping into my skin, messing up my endocrine system. Yeah, I was gonna say something crazy, but we didn't know that this was gonna happen. We just know keep the law, right? So when y'all say, like, there's a part in the scriptures that says, don't eat the part of this specific part of the thigh, right? I don't know why. I ain't gonna debate it. I don't even need to research it because the reality is, I know if I don't do it, it's gonna be good for me, right? I know if I don't wear a woman's garment, it's gonna be good for me. I know if my wife doesn't wear a man's garment, it's gonna be good for me. It's gonna be good for her, right? I'm gonna get the day started, man. Come on, dude. Where we at? He says, even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. And he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. So even if you just being quiet, so, right? Even you just hit them, people gonna think you got a little bit of understanding. You saw how he understood what I was saying when we were talking about quantum divergence and all this stuff. He was really able to keep up. I think I'm gonna give that guy a call. I'm gonna give that guy a call. He was able to keep up in our conversation, even though he dressed a little funny and he smelled like frankincense. I'm gonna give him a call and see if I can help him out. It's time. All right, I'm bugging, bugging. It's time you make it right, right? No, all right, I'm done. So you see what I'm saying? He says, even a fool when he holdeth his peace, right? You just, oh man. Yeah, you took my food. You stole from me. But you know, I'm gonna show you peace and not mercy. Or Slakia. I'm gonna show you mercy and not grief. I'm gonna show you peace and not grief. How about that? It's counted wise, man. Like, yo, bro, I slapped Isaiah and he gave me a pass. Not to say I will give people a pass, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna do in them situations, but that's what Christ tell us to do. So that's why I'm using the example. That's my disclaimer, bro. Don't try Chicago people. So it's counted wise, right? So even Christ tell us like somebody slap you, take it on the chin, bro. Right? He said give another cheek, but we gotta peep the ebonics. He said just take it on the chin, right? Take it on the chin. That's the simple truth. Just say take it on the chin, right? Even though you know Muay Thai, even though you've been wrestling and fighting your whole life, you've been sports. Take it on the chin. You know you could break them in half. Take it on the chin, because that's the thing. You could break them in half. You could knock them out, right? And that could develop into them bumping their head, and now you got a murder case, right? So that being said, man, I got all the alarms set up. 5:10 a.m. Pretty much done, man. I don't see the timer. 30 minutes, like I said, right? So that's wisdom, man. My tea is finally calm. Got the hibiscus and berries. I'm about to get my day started, man. I'm about to praise Yah, you know. And that was Proverbs 17. Um, you can like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever. The whole dialogue, all that. I got to get the lighting right, man. The camera's right, the angles is right, but it's a little greenish for me, man. So, all right, Mishpika, I'm going to go get my day started. Y'all willing. See y'all tomorrow, man. And salute. Shalom. Yeah. Actually, one more thing, family. Because the idea is that we're going to start pushing these books of wisdom, right? So if you want to see anything specific you want me to talk about, just drop a comment, you know, check it out, try to respond or make a video or a quick video on TikTok or YouTube or whatever. So, all right, shalom.